welcome to a very special episode of Face the Music. We're here in Bombay at the historic Wilson College with two very special guests. We also have music from a very special band, one of Bombay's top bands, Zero. You'll see more of Zero later, but first let me introduce my two guests for this episode. I said it was a very special episode, and one of the things that makes it special is I'm not quite sure how to introduce the guests. One of them, put very simply, is a film director, but he's also a television anchor, and I suspect he's probably better at doing this than I am. The other one is the biggest movie star in India, possibly, given the number of people who watch Hindi films, possibly the biggest movie star in the world, but he's also the brightest man I know. Please welcome Karan Johar and Shah Rukh Khan. How long have you lived with this kind of applause, this level of applause? This response when you come in? I saw the crowds, the police when you entered. How long has it been part of your life?
It only happens when you are around me.
Aye, come on. I thought blame it on Karan, that's easier. No, more seriously. I've seen nothing like this since the glory days of Amitabh Bachchan. And this is Bombay, your own city, where presumably people see you more often.
No, I don't want to sound as if this happens everywhere. I think if it's a special occasion like today is to do an interview and a lot of students and a lot of people around, I mean, it's just convenient today.
Come on. But does it affect you?
Oh, it humbles you a lot.
Yeah.
When you see so many people expecting you to entertain you, or so many people being so nice.
People are standing outside, I just want to see you. They don't even expect to be entertained.
So I think it's a way of them telling me that I've been entertaining them well for the last 15, 16 years, and it's quite humbling. And
it's acknowledgement, you think, in a sense.
Yeah, I think so, and I get very humbled when I see it.
Yeah. Karan, when you were in New York, there was a similar response, wasn't there, when you were shooting this movie?
Yeah, we actually, because of him, I think the budget of the film went up for various reasons. Not only because of his remuneration, but we actually had a location set at the Grand Central Station. We couldn't shoot because of him, because he attracted thousands of people just standing and screaming, as we saw earlier on.
This kind of response.
Well, it was exactly that in New York, and not just, I mean, it was just not Indians or Pakistanis and Bangladeshis. It was people from China, from Korea, from France, from Germany. And don't shift, Shah Rukh, it's okay, it's all very flattering. But that's the way it was, and finally the lady came and told me, like, who is this man? And she said, I had Tom Cruise here and other Hollywood stars, and she said, they attracted hundreds, you're attracting thousands, and she cancelled my entire shoot for 2 weeks.
So you couldn't shoot?
We couldn't shoot, and I had nowhere to go for the next 2 weeks, and I needed a station, so I had to move location to a place called New Haven, which hosts the Yale University. And then I went there, and there were Indians there as well, so we had to shoot the platform in Philadelphia. So thanks to him, we had a kind of world tour happening within America.
Do you think there's anywhere, he's too modest to say this, is there anywhere where he will get privacy and peace? Or does he get this response?
No, nowhere. I don't go with him on holiday anymore. I just told him in the van, I can't take you anywhere. I mean, it's just awful, because in London you can't walk with him. Now you can't walk with him on the streets of Germany or France or Poland or Germany.
I heard about that. In fact, there was a team from Stern here to interview you, and they said, I quote, in Germany, Shah Rukh Khan is bigger than Tom Cruise.
See, actually, I think it's all our Asian friends. I mean, that's the one plus point we have of the great population explosion in our country. So
every fourth face is Indian.
Every fourth face is Indian, so every fourth face recognizes me. But yes, our Indian films have been doing well, and I don't want to sound modest, but truly I think the kind of films that I've done over the last few years,
Yeah.
They are highly responsible because...
Explain that. What do you mean by that?
see, the kind of films I've done, they are a mix of our culture, very specifically Indian culture, even if they're Karan's films or Adi's films or a couple of others that I've done. Though mostly when I try to count the other films, I haven't done very many. I've done mostly Karan's films only.
Yeah.
But all these films have a huge cultural Indian-ness to them. Plus, they are presented in a way which appeals to two cross-sections. One, the youngsters, because we talk like how we try to at least. I have to dye my beard and hair now to look like young, but we talk like the youngsters. We speak their language. There is ease in his filmmaking. And I think for the Western audience, somewhere they understand that language and still who would love to know Indian culture, understand family values or, you know, the music, dance, the colors that we have in our cinema. So the kind of films I've been, see, if I was doing a lot of action films, I realistically feel maybe the appeal would not have reached that much because...
You think so? Look at Bruce Lee, who was sort of the first third world superstar. His entire emphasis was on action. His popularity was based on action.
Yeah, but look at the action.
Amitabh Bachchan in the 70s, it was action. Whereas you're, I think, the first person whose action is a sort of universal language. You don't need to understand the language. You're the first person where you need to understand what you're doing for people to appreciate your films. And despite that, the appeal is international.
No, I mean, I'd like to think I'm like Bruce Lee, but
at the moment, you're a bigger star, certainly.
But, you know, there was
And
a strong...
alive, thankfully.
And alive as well, yes.
You know, there's a strong USP to what Mr. Bruce Lee did.
Yeah.
The late Mr. Bruce Lee did, but he was, and that was a great USP. I think nobody ever has been able to come close to it, perhaps except Jackie Chan.
You're a bigger star than Bruce Lee ever was, sure. I mean, just in terms of numbers, in terms of box office figures, in terms of number of people who see your films.
I think we are on our way to outstrip China in population. That's why I feel like a bigger star right now.
That's actually not true.
Okay, so I'm the biggest star in the world.
The world, yeah. It took a long time, but I got you to say it finally. Yeah.
So yeah, I've been trying to be modest and humble.
Yeah,
because
it doesn't suit you. Don't bother.
Okay, bring on Bruce
But
Lee.
you were the guy who used to always say that when he did something, he had to feel he was the best at it. Is that still true?
Absolutely. When I say that, it is because I am quite nervous about what I do.
Okay.
It may not seem so because, see, this is the job I do.
It seems effortless and easy from the outside.
It seems effortless because it's a job now I've been doing for 15 years. If it doesn't seem effortless, then it's completely a waste what I've been doing.